I am going to survive the next 100 days on this island with only 3 rules. Rule number 1, no leaving the island, unless it's for the Ender Dragon fight. Rule number 2, no totems of undying, meaning there are no second chances. And rule number 3, it has to be in hardcore mode. So join me as we take on the challenges of hardcore Minecraft while being stuck on an island. Let's get this video to 10,000 likes for the next 100 days of this world. Day 0. Since Minecraft doesn't start on a day 1, it starts on day 0. First things first, I need to collect up a little bit of logs so I can get some tools. With these logs, I want to make myself 1 crafting table, so I need some planks, and now I can make the crafting table. You know, I'm just going to turn all these into planks, then I can make some sticks, and 1 wooden pickaxe, please. Down into the mines to collect a little bit of stone. So now I can make myself a full set of cobblestone tools. I guess I should have checked to see if this village has a blacksmith, because there's a chance the blacksmith could have iron, and I made these stone tools for no reason. Anyways, looks like we got some horses, which is great. I mean, this is a plains island, so they should be spawning around. And you know, I'm not seeing a single blacksmith. Yep, there definitely isn't one, but you know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna craft myself a stone hoe real quick, so I can harvest up these hay bales, since hoes make it go way quicker. There is some more hay bales in there, but I'm gonna leave them for the horses. And is that a floating cow? I think it is. With all of these hay bales, I should be able to craft myself a sufficient amount of food. And I don't really need to kill any sheep, because I'm sure one of these homes has a bed in it. Which brings me to a point. Anyways, is this gonna be the hardest survival island ever? No, it's not gonna be that. The point is, it's hardcore, it's a survival island, and it should be pretty fun, because it's getting rid of a lot of the grindy work, such as having just to dig around for hours and just wait for zombified villagers to pop up so I can cure them. Since that's out of the way, we can pretty much just build as much as we want and see how far we get. I mean, come on, I at least put it on hardcore to make it a little bit more difficult. Next up, I want to take a second to harvest up a few more trees so I can actually make some fences to build a cow pen, because I feel like cows are going to be quite important in this world. 33 logs should be plenty enough. I'm gonna turn all these into planks and then get myself a decent amount of sticks so I can turn all of this into fences. Clear out a little bit of this grass, because this is where my cow pen is gonna go. Can you get out of the way, kind sir? Just run away, run away. Et voila, we have ourselves a beautiful little cow pen. Taking a little bit of wheat, I want to get you in here, kind sir. I need myself 1 more cow. Get over here. Where are you going? Where are you going? And now you're just gonna come in here with your other friend, just like that, and I can breed both of you guys up and close you both in here. Whoops, I almost forgot to grab all these saplings and place them back in, which I definitely want to do. Because, you know, we're on an island with limited resources. I think we want to place the trees back in. And just like that, the day is pretty much over, so I'm gonna go over to this house, and no, you're not sleeping in that bed. I'm sleeping in this bed, which means we've now made it to day 1. But in order for it to be a proper number, we're gonna add a 0.0 to it, so now we made it to day 1.0. And we can't just count it to the 10th power, we gotta do it to the 100th power. So we're gonna add another 0, which means we made it to day 1.00. And who uses points? So let's get rid of that. And just like that, we made it to day 100. The end. You didn't actually think I was serious, right? Anyways, moving on. I've gone ahead and built myself a little board here so we can set up some goals. Goal number 1, pretty obvious, we want to kill the Ender Dragon. Goal number 2, after we kill the Ender Dragon, get some elytra. Goal number 3 is to go ahead and build ourselves a castle so we can be safe from all the mobs at nighttime. And also be the coolest person in this world, even though I'm the only person in this world. Another thing I want to do, but I'm not sure we're gonna have time for it, is to build a fully working villager trading hall. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got for now. I want to build a city, but I only have 100 days, so that might have to wait till the next 100 days. If you guys have any ideas down in the comments, let me know. They can also be rules, not just build ideas. You know, I went ahead and added 1 more sign, which is full diamond tools and armor, because I feel like that's just a good point to be at. After wasting half of day 1 setting up a to-do list of what I want to do in this world, I decided I wanted to jump down into the mines. But first I needed to steal some torches from the village since I had no coal, until I realized that meant mobs were gonna spawn. So I quickly trapped 1 villager in his house and another one in a hole, which means it's now time to make my way down into the caves. That's That's if I can actually find a cave. It is now day 2, and also this island does not seem to have a single cave on it. I repeat, I have found a cave, but it doesn't look very promising. I'm just gonna go ahead and send it. I forgot this is not my Let's Play world, and I do not have feather falling. Can you get up here? I hope you can't get up here, because I forgot to make a shield, so I'm actually gonna harvest this iron, go back to the surface, make a shield, and then come back down. Because that feels like the smart idea, doesn't it? I also made myself a iron sword and an iron pickaxe, so I feel more than ready to take on this cave. I just want to make sure I light everything up. Perfect, we got some coal and copper. Once I had all the ores cleared up in the main vein, I continued down this cave, which luckily opened up into a much larger vein. Hey, look at that, we got our first piece of lapis. As I made my way deeper and deeper into the cave, I started uncovering more precious loot like gold and redstone. And eventually I did come across a pack of 6 diamonds. Day 3, 6 diamonds, this is looking pretty good for me. Oh no, baby zombie. Oh my goodness, those things are the absolute most terrifying mob in this game. Oh man, this is an opportunity I do not want to miss. Come here. Forgot how much damage these guys do. Did we get an ender pearl? Oh, okay, so that was all a waste. Good to know. Before going any deeper into this mine, I decided to smelt up some of the iron I collected to make a full suit of iron armor along with a diamond pickaxe. And I'm feeling much safer now. I spent half of day 2, both days 3 and 4, and half of day 5 down in the caves. So pretty much 3 days in total. I see 2 more veins of diamonds over there, but I am all out of torches and my shield just broke. So I think I'm gonna call this good for a mining session, and we'll come back down a little bit later. Oh, the lovely surface. That would be even more lovely if it wasn't raining. Not only is it raining, it's now become a thunderstorm. Hopefully none of my villagers were struck and turned into witches. In the couple of days of mining, this is all the loot we got, which is not too bad. 13 diamonds is a great start. I don't have much iron because I spent all of it on this iron armor, and the cave pretty quickly dropped into the deep slate where iron doesn't spawn very much, which is gonna lead us right into our next project. This might sound crazy, but I want to construct an iron farm. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break rule number 1 and leave the island, but it's for good reason. Iron farms need to be at least 64 blocks away from any other villagers, and there happens to be this barren little island right over here, which I think is the perfect building location for an iron farm. I took a second to flatten out the island just a little bit so we don't have any golems spawning in places we don't want them to. Also, it's now day 8 because I spent the last 2 days just collecting up items and getting everything put together. And this should be just about everything we need. And that right there is the easy part of this farm. The next step is to head back over to the village and start collecting up some villagers to bring over here. 1 villager has now been acquired, and now that villager has been dropped off, hopefully he makes his way up towards the composter. Come on, buddy. Come on, that way. And then just go up there. Oh my goodness, this might be the best villager I have ever worked with. And then I'm just gonna give you a little shove in. Oh, we're so close. Okay, perfect. He's in. On to the next 2. Hopefully the second one is just as good as the first one. I want to get him as close to the staircase as I can. Nope, buddy, you're going the wrong way. Come on, your friend did the same thing. But I'm just gonna... Yep, I just did that, but these are the easiest villagers ever. Of course, it's the last villager that doesn't want to go up into his forever home, which I kind of get because it is a little bit of like a jail cell. But come on, you're doing it for the benefit of this island. Now he's gonna go for the bed because he just got the green sparkles. Good job, buddy. I'm gonna try and get this farm finished up for the most part before it becomes daytime so I can hopefully get a zombie in here. It is now zombie ready, and this is gonna be more difficult than usual because I don't have a name tag, which means I hopefully need to get a zombie to pick up this leather helmet. First off, I'm gonna get rid of the torches on the island so some mobs can start spawning, and I'm gonna hop in my boat and go away from here a little bit just so a zombie spawns in. Will you be the lucky winner? Okay, he is the lucky winner. Okay, I need to grab my boat real quick. This part is gonna suck, but it's just what it is. I need to be ultra careful. Eat some food. Okay, how much damage does this guy do? Okay, a decent amount of damage. That's what I found out, a decent amount of damage. I'm gonna need all of my health for this. Okay, let's go for it. If he's in a boat and also has a helmet on, I'm almost positive he shouldn't despawn, and look who's right behind me. Good, you know what, never mind, I'm not even gonna say anything. What I was getting at though is I need to grab myself a little bit more food because this is taking a ton, but while I'm at it, I'm also gonna craft myself a golden apple real quick. 1 golden apple acquired and a bunch of food. Wait, how did he despawn? He had a helmet and I'm currently going on a killing spree of killing every single type of animal I can find that drops leather because there's a wandering trader right there that's trading spruce saplings. It's my favorite wood. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice working on the iron farm for tonight and trying to get that zombie in there. Instead, I really want to get this sapling. So I'm gonna go ahead and sleep through the night, which brings us on to day 11. I need one more emerald, please, and I think I can get the moss with this one emerald. Yes, I can. Awesome. And we got the spruce sapling. Nighttime has now arrived, which means it's now time for redemption. Oh, and of course, it has to rain tonight. Hopefully some zombies have spawned over on the island. It doesn't look like it so far. It's looking to be like another night of no luck when it comes to getting a zombie over in the iron farm, which is fine because on the night of day 12, I was finally able to get a zombie with a helmet into the iron farm. With the zombie now in place, I can go ahead and get this iron farm completely finished up, which isn't too difficult. It's just placing a few blocks, some lava, and a couple water sources. For some reason, I thought iron golems could drown, so I pushed this guy into the water, and he's also mad at me, but now he can't drown because I just realized they don't. So I need to figure out how to get rid of him. Okay, I think I got it figured out. He's low enough where he can't hit me, but I can reach him. And just like that, we have a fully working iron farm. It took a few days to build, but I think it's gonna be totally worth it. It is now day 14, and I wanna get started on another project, which hopefully is gonna be a lot easier than that iron farm. Right where these two villager homes are, I actually wanna build a villager breeder because I am gonna need a lot of these guys for the villager trading hall. So first things first, I wanna get rid of both of these homes and flatten out this area right here because I plan on building a much better looking building than the typical villager houses. But before I can actually get started building, I need to get some building blocks. Not only is spruce my favorite wood to build with, it's also extremely convenient because I can bone meal 2x2 saplings and get the big trees. Except I hate when they grow like this. It's just not fun. You don't get a lot of wood from it. I also decided to use 4 diamonds to craft myself a diamond axe and shovel to speed the process up when it comes to building. Once I had some blocks, I spent a little bit of time crafting anything up I needed and also gathering some more stuff up. And by day 16, I am pretty much ready to get started building this villager breeder. It took me some extra time to get the items together because I do want to use some orange glass, so I had to use my bone meal, get some red flowers, and also some yellow flowers to get orange dye. Although I do think it's going to be worth it because it's going to make this building stand out and pop a lot on this island. And if you haven't noticed, I also have been cleaning it up a little bit and making the pathways a little more prominent because currently the island is pretty distraught and messed up, and by the end of this 100 days, I want it to look super clean and all finished, or at least for the most part. The villager breeder design I'm using is by Logical Geek Boy. I have built this thing a ton of times to the point that I almost remember how to build it exactly without looking up the tutorial. I love this design because it's not resource heavy and it's fairly quick to build, especially in the early game. I did kind of forget how big of a footprint these breeders take up. I mean, it's a 9x9 area plus some extra buildings off to the side of it. I am extremely happy with how it turned out though. This thing is now pretty much ready to go. The last step is just filling all of this farmland with some carrots. Just need to move you out of the way and oh, please tell me I have the hoe on me. Yes, I do. Thank goodness. And also move you out of the way so I can get this last 4x4 area of carrots placed in. And then fill in this glass, and this villager breeder is pretty much all finished up. For the limited blocks and resources I have, I'm actually extremely happy with how this thing has turned out. Right now, the villagers are going to end up right here, and then I'll put a minecart there that will grab the villagers. And then if we go into this door, the rail leads to nowhere, but this is where I want to do the zombie curing area. So I still need to get myself a zombie with a helmet on for that. It took me about 4 days to build the villager breeder over there, so I wanted to come over and take a look on how the iron farm is doing, which I'm hoping it should have done pretty good. Oh my goodness, that is exactly why I wanted to build this thing so early on. I'm just gonna grab all of this, and I'm gonna grab the roses too, because I can use those for dye. Next up, I actually want to make my way into the nether to get a little bit of nether quartz, some nether wart, and hopefully some soul sand. I want to collect up the quartz so I can build another auto farm that requires dispensers and some comparators, which those obviously require quartz. And then the nether wart and soul sand is gonna be for potions. So I made my way back down into the cave that we were mining in earlier, hoping that if I go deep enough, I'll find myself a fairly large lava pool. I was really hoping there would be one on the surface of the island, but I could not find one, so this is the next best option. I found myself a lava pool along with some diamonds right here and right over there. There also is a geode right there, which is pretty cool. I don't really have a use for one besides using the calcite when it comes comes to building. Let's go ahead and collect these up. I definitely could use them. Oh, but it looks like we have a cave right back here too. Nope, just a little baby cave. Is that more diamonds? Oh, that is more diamonds. I'm gonna go ahead and try collecting all of this up. Easy peasy. Now I can collect these up. So I can now get these ones. And there's some more diamonds right over there too. They were all fairly small packs of diamonds. I only ended up with 6 in total, which is fine. Diamonds are still diamonds. But I'm gonna go ahead and start collecting up a decent amount of obsidian. 15 obsidian should be plenty enough for a portal and also for an enchantment table, but I did notice some more diamonds, so now I'm gonna make my way over there. Yep, and just like that, we are nearly a quarter of the way through this 100-day challenge, which for me means I gotta speed this up because I still have a lot of building to do. I spent most of day 24 just crafting items to prepare myself for this extremely dangerous trip into the nether, which brings us on to day 25, officially 1/4 of the way through this 100-day challenge. Also, I got up to level 30 on day 24, but I am almost positive I don't have the stuff to make a level 30 enchantment table. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wait and build ourselves this nether portal, which I think I'm just gonna put right here. I'm really hoping we end up in a nether wastelands or even a warped forest, because those are two of the easiest biomes to traverse in the nether. We just don't want it to be a basalt delta. So let's go ahead and make our way into the nether. And we're in a basalt delta. That is just lovely. That is exactly what I needed. Rather than trying to traverse through the basalt delta, I ended up just building a bridge over to the wall and then dug myself a tunnel. That's sort of a good sign. We've run into a cave that looks like it becomes another wasteland, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bridge across. And then dig a staircase going down so I don't have to jump and take a bunch of damage. And voila, we have ourselves a nether fortress, which is absolutely perfect. This is perfect. We have a little entrance right here. And of course, there's already some blaze spawning in right down there. Wish me luck and let's hope I don't die. I'm pretty much completely stuck right now, so I think I'm just gonna go for a straight shot all the way down there and try not to get attacked by anything. We have a blaze spawner right here. I was able to get 1 blaze rod, but I would like to maybe get 2 or 3 more. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get another one from this spawner because it's completely overrun right now, and I'm taking a lot of damage. So I'm just gonna continue moving on and keep looking for nether wart, which I see right there. Close this whole room off, grab the nether wart along with the soul sand. Oh my goodness. Sneak attacked by a wither skeleton. Absolutely terrifying. Is it still super overrun in here? Yep, it is. Oh my goodness. Honestly, yeah, I give up. I'm gonna find a different one. I pretty much have everything I need, so I'm gonna go ahead and make my way out of this nether fortress. I did bring a touch of gold ingots with me because I want to try trading with some of the hoglins because I know that they give ender pearls or eyes of ender, and this would be the easiest way to get them for the ender dragon fight. Not a single ender pearl given, but I kind of forgot some of the good items these guys give. I am almost back to the portal. Yeah, here's our staircase right here, and then our tunnel and the bridge over the basalt delta, which is absolutely terrifying. I'm just gonna go ahead and go through, and I'll be back here eventually. Which brings us on to day 26, where I want to spend most of the day building up a much larger wheat farm and also a potato farm. I can't believe I've neglected these fields till day 26, so let's go ahead and get it done. When it came to the design of these fields, I wanted to do a geometrical shape being a circle. There'd be 4 quarters to this circle, but only 3 of them are going to be fields because I really don't have a need to plant beetroot. One of them will be wheat, another one will be carrots, and the last one will be potatoes. And the final quarter will be the villager breeder. I currently don't have enough potatoes or carrots to place both of these fields in. I just want to get them done and I can come back later and place them in. I use some leaves, lanterns, and spruce fence posts around the outside just to give it a little bit more detail. I am limited on the blocks I can use and also the time I can spend on this, so I just wanted to make it easy. I screwed up my math just a little bit because I want to do another one of these quarter circles right here, but if you look at the pathway, it's not going to necessarily work out. That's okay though. I think it's still going to look super good, so I'm going to go ahead and build it. And just like that, the 3 fields are all complete besides having all of the crops placed in. Which also brings us now to day 31. We are almost 1/3 of the way through this 100-day challenge. Anyways, while I was building these 2 other fields, I made sure to harvest some wheat as I was doing it and feed the cows because I'm gonna need a decent amount of leather for this enchantment table. I actually think I have plenty of enough cows to have the leather for the enchantment table. I'm just waiting on the sugarcane to grow in, which, oh my goodness, it takes so long to grow. Moving on to our next project, I want to build myself a completely automatic pumpkin farm. Once I cure some farmer villagers, they will be trading 1 pumpkin for 1 emerald, which is going to be the best way, in my opinion, to get a lot of emeralds. Although before I can get to building, I need to go collect up some blocks. And sadly, with my diamond pickaxe nearly broken, I'm going to demote myself down to an iron one. Even though I still have 3 more diamonds left, I really don't want to make another pickaxe until it's time to enchant it. After spending a little while collecting up a bunch of blocks and then going on to a massive crafting spree, which was actually quite expensive since this is still the early game, I'm pretty much ready to go. And I'm planning on building the farm right about here. It won't take up too big of an area. I want to say it's a 10 by 10 square, but I do have a really cool design to cover up this farm because if you've watched my videos in the past, you know I think redstone farms are a little bit ugly. Unless you use a bunch of colored concrete or wool, which I don't have, so I can't do that. It's also not the style of building I'm going for on this island. Anyways, let's get to it. These auto melon pumpkin farms are some of the easiest auto farms to build, in my opinion. I feel like the only hard item to acquire is the quartz because it requires going into the nether, so if it's early game, it might be a little difficult, but not too hard. I've probably built 10 to 15 of these in my Let's Play world, so I have them memorized like the back of my hand. If you're wondering who designed it, it definitely wasn't me because I suck at redstone. This one is by Shulkercraft, and I'll make sure to tag the video in the description down below. And by the end of day 37, the auto pumpkin farm is complete. I'm just waiting for all of these stems to completely grow up, and then we can actually start getting some pumpkins. Anyways, with the sun now setting, I have a project for tonight. In order to cure these villagers and get the ultimate trades, I'm gonna need a zombie with a helmet on so I can actually zombify those villagers. Which means I get to go through the fun process again of trying to find a zombie that will put a helmet on, since I don't have any name tags. Oh my goodness, this went way easier than the iron farm. I just need to get this guy over here and then maybe just dig a hole for him to go into, just like that. Perfect, he's in the hole. Make sure I'm not gonna get blown up and cover that up. Hopefully he doesn't despawn when I go to sleep. I can hear him down there, which means he has not despawned. And I quickly just need to finish this room up right here where the zombie's actually gonna go. I have a little rail system set up, which will put the villager right down here. So I just need to place in the minecart and go ahead and break this dirt. Hopefully his tracking will lead him right into the minecart. No, 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 no. Where are you going? Oh, he's not wanting to go into the minecart. Oh, come on, get in the minecart. Oh, we got him in. We got him in. Let me place that in real quick. Okay. Now I just need to give you a push and eat some food and one more big push. Okay, this is gonna be harder than I thought it was. All right, another try. Come on, go. Okay, there we go. We got him in and he went the wrong way, but that's okay. And just like that, we have a zombie right there with the helmet on, so he shouldn't despawn. He also picked up a piece of rotten flesh, which I think would help. Taking a quick break from the villager curing area, I have plenty of leather and sugarcane to actually make the enchantment setup, which means I need to craft a whole bunch of paper, a whole bunch of books, some more spruce planks, and 21 bookshelves, which is more than I actually need, but that's okay. Grab some obsidian, and I just realized I made a mistake. I'm down to 3 diamonds, and the enchantment table I'm pretty sure requires 2. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's kind of a bummer, because I really wanted to enchant a fresh diamond pickaxe. But you know what? This will do because I'll just make an anvil and combine this diamond with the pickaxe. We are now showing Unbreaking 3. Hopefully we got some efficiency. Oh, that's kind of a bummer. Take 2, I made a grindstone and I'm just gonna get rid of that Unbreaking 3 enchantment. I really want to try getting fortune or even efficiency. What are we showing now? Oh, fortune 3. I will, okay, yep, I'm okay with that. That is a very, very good pickaxe. The bow is showing punch 1. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm really hoping I get some infinity. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this anvil down and combine this 1 diamond so we just get a little bit more health on it, which means I have now upgraded back to a diamond pickaxe after downgrading to an iron pickaxe. On day 39, I decided to get some things together so I can brew up some night vision potions and head down into the caves with my fortune pickaxe to collect up some diamonds. And if you're wondering why I got the night vision potions, it's because if I drink this, I will be able to see all the diamonds in the ceiling and the places that are all dark. And obviously, yeah, there's a decent amount of them, just some skeletons up there, and then yeah. Ooh, and some more over there. I just need a little bit of blocks so I can tower up. I've gone through 2 night vision potions and I'm now up to 54 diamonds. Thank goodness for the fortune 3, obviously. But even though I have 1 more night vision potion and I'm sure I can get more diamonds, I'm gonna head out of here because I think 54 is plenty enough. Oh, besides those diamonds right there, might as well grab those. Using my new diamonds, I crafted myself a pair of boots and a helmet to complete the diamond armor set, along with enchanting a shovel to get efficiency 4. And I would say that's not too bad. We are now on the morning of day 41 and I have a full set of diamond armor and a full set of diamond tools. I just need to get it all enchanted and then we can take on the ender dragon. Anyways, a project I really want to get working on is a tree farm. This isn't going to be any automatic tree farm. I just kind of want an organized area to harvest some oak trees. The reason it's mainly going to be oak trees is because these give you apples and I need the apples to craft golden apples for the villagers. Rather than placing a bunch of saplings down, I actually want this thing to have a little bit of detail and uniformity. I went for sort of a half moon shape for the design, which I'm hoping should be plenty big enough for all the oak trees I'm gonna need. Obviously, it's not completed yet. There's still a lot more work to be done around here, but I have a little bit of an idea of how I want to continue moving on. First off, I'm gonna build a structure around the pumpkin farm, and I think on the 1st or 2nd floor, because this is gonna be the basement, is where I'm gonna have all the farming villagers that I'm going to be trading with. And then back over here, I was thinking about putting in the spruce saplings back here, but instead I actually want to build another structure, which I'm thinking about doing a windmill, which means I'm going to need quite a bit of wool. So I grabbed the 2 sheep that have been wandering the island and threw them in a pen so I can start breeding them. While I was waiting for the breeding cooldown on the sheep, I decided to make my way into the nether to collect up a bunch of nether gold ore. I'm going to need tons of gold ingots in order to craft all of these golden apples. And honestly, I feel like with the fortune pickaxe, mining the nether gold ore is much quicker than going down in the caves in the overworld. Since I had the gold ore and I could trade it with some piglins, I decided to do that because I know they trade you ender pearls, or I want to say eyes of ender. I got some good items, but no luck when it came to those 2. I also needed a little bit of mushrooms so I can make some potions of weakness. And since I was next to the warped forest where tons of endermen spawn, I decided to stare a few in the eyes and try getting some ender pearls from them. I ended up getting 3, but I do think this is going to be the best way to get ender pearls, so I'll be back. Once I was back from the nether, I could now craft all my golden apples and brew up some potions of weakness so I can get started on curing these villagers. Well, first I need to check their trade. If I like it, then I can turn them into a zombified villager. And once I have a few of these guys, I can cure them in a group. And by the morning of day 50, these villagers are pretty much all cured. Who's attacking who? No, that's not good. Okay, I gotta fix that. It seems that I missed 2 of them with the golden apples, so I need to just make my way back here. Perfect, and then if I throw that, now I can get both of them, and man, that is loud. But these guys are mostly cured up, so if I start trading with them, I should be able to get some pretty cheap trades. Yeah, look at that. 1 pumpkin for an emerald. I will do that. Oh my goodness, already up to 22 emeralds. Anyways, I still don't have a home set up for these guys, which means I need to get building this structure because that is where they are going to be stored. When it came to the block palette I wanted to use, I decided to mainly stick with spruce, stone brick, and also a little bit of oak. This farmhouse didn't need to be absolutely massive because I am only going to have 6 to 7 farming villagers in it, but it ended up being a little bit bigger just because I had to cover up the auto pumpkin farm. Once I had it built, I spent a little while getting all of the villagers into place so they couldn't wander around and get attacked by a zombie. That took just about all of my building blocks, but the structure is now complete with our farming villagers inside of it. I also got some chests right here, so I'm able to trade with these guys relatively easily, and nope, I can't trade with them just yet. I really need to do something about these guys that trade melons because I don't have melons right now, and I'm not sure if wandering traders trade melon seeds, which means those guys are pretty much useless. Anyways, it took me quite a while to build that house, and there's a lot more buildings I want to build on this island before the 100 days is over. So we're gonna keep moving and get started on the library, which is gonna go right about here for all of our librarian villagers. But first, I need to jump down into the caves to gather up a decent amount of stone, along with going a little bit deeper and collecting up a few stacks of deep slate. Once I had plenty enough deep slate and stone, I also spent a little while collecting up some spruce, and then I could finally get started on building this library. As of right now, I don't have any librarian villagers. I just want to be prepared, and I was also in a building mood, so might as well keep going. It's mainly going to be built out of stone with some roofs of deep slate and then some hints of spruce throughout the structure. And so far, I am really liking how this building has turned out. It's a little tight on the inside, so it's going to be tough enough to get a decent amount of librarian villagers in here, but I'm kind of thinking of putting them all the way up the walls and then having some ladders going up so I can trade with them. Anyways, while I was actually building the library, I was trading with the farmer villagers a decent amount, and I was able to get a lot of XP and pretty much enchant all my tools and armor. Well, actually, I haven't enchanted the leggings or chest plate yet, but I'm gonna get to it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do it right now. I just need to get a few more pumpkins and then trade with these guys, which will very easily get me up to level 30. I'm actually gonna trade for, no, I don't want cookies, I want pumpkin pie, because that is gonna be my new food source, and just like that, we are up to level 30. I'm gonna go for the bow on this enchantment. I'm really hoping I get some infinity. Oh my goodness, I need that infinity to fight the Ender Dragon. Okay, so that was a waste of pumpkins and time and levels, but we're gonna get it eventually. And that is gonna be achieved by these guys. I wanna get started on curing some librarian villagers so I can get some really good book trades from them. Things like feather falling, infinity, fortune, silk touch, and a bunch of other really good items. With that being said, I decided to spend days 61, 62, and part of 63 getting some librarian villagers. I was passing up a lot of really good trades, but I mainly just wanted looting 3, feather falling, mending, or infinity. And out of those 4, I was able to get feather falling 4, infinity, and then this guy right here is a special guy. He has mending, which is great. I'm just waiting for him to cure up, but I am gonna go ahead and buy one of these feather falling books along with one of these infinity books. So now I can go ahead and take my bow, put infinity on that, and then I want to grab my boots and put some feather falling 4 on those, so fall damage really shouldn't be an issue moving forward. Also, these boots are really good. Protection 4, depth strider 3, unbreaking 3, and feather falling 4, and soon we're going to be adding some mending to them. Anyways, the reason I only cured 3 librarian villagers is because I ran out of gold and couldn't craft any more golden apples. So at some point we are going to have to go back into the nether and harvest a bunch of nether gold ore. I'm going to leave these guys in here for now. I'm not going to move them over to the library until we have a few more of them, which, like I just said, that's going to have to wait a little bit because I want to take some time to work on another project, which really isn't going to do anything. It's more just for looks. Right here, there's this pit and I really want to fill it up with water. For some reason, I just feel like it could look really cool having like a little pond or creek right here. And then to spruce it up a little bit more, I actually want to get rid of this house right here and build a much larger sugarcane farm for all of my needs. As I start trading with the librarian villagers more and more, paper is the easiest trade with them. So I want to make sure I have plenty of sugarcane. And eventually we will build an automatic sugarcane farm. I wasn't quite able to fill in all of the sugarcane because I did use a lot of it to make paper. So as it grows in, I'll start placing all of this in. I also made a pathway leading up to the farmhouse just because I was losing my mind that I hadn't done it yet. So now there's a proper way for me to actually get over here. I mean, I could have just crossed the water, but it's a pathway. We wanted a pathway. Anyways, it is now day 66 and I'm starting to get on a little bit of a time crunch. If we come back over to our to-do list, there's a few things I still need to get done before this 100 days is over. First off, kill the Ender Dragon along with getting elytra. I sort of have a villager trading hall already set up. I want to do a lot more, but we kind of have one. I already have the full diamond armor and tools. I just need to build the castle in the overworld, and then I can get looking for the end portal and go kill that Ender Dragon. I'm not totally sure about trying to get the elytra in the first 100 days because I am stuck on an island. So if I did get him, it's not like I could really use him that much. With that being said though, I'm gonna get started on building this castle, which is gonna go right about here. I need to get rid of these 2 villager houses and our nether portal, which should give me plenty of room to construct this thing. This feels so wrong to do, but I kind of have to do it. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure when I place this back in, we're gonna go to the exact same location, which we are going to go ahead and test right now because I just spent the last 4 days getting a few more librarian villagers set up, so I'm able to max out my tools even more. The only thing is I am all out of gold, so I need to go into the nether to collect up some nether gold ore. So I'm just going to put this right here for now. We can always come back and move it a little bit later. With all of my gold now acquired, I can turn all of these into apples. 5 is the exact amount I need. And I just need to find where I put my other potions of weakness. Oh, I left them in here. Oh, that's perfect. And as we've done before, I just need to throw this. Ouch! I would kill you if I could, but I can't. I just need to throw this right about there and make sure to hit all of these guys. Okay, I got all 5 of them. Perfect. Once they're done curing, I will show you the trades that I chose to go with them. They're pretty good. Anyways, while those guys are curing up, I want to get started on this miniature castle, and I'm gonna need to tear down a few of these houses. So let's get to it. It does feel a little bit wrong to be getting rid of these villager houses because I do want the island to feel full and have plenty of structures on it. And by getting rid of these houses, I'm doing the exact opposite. As much as I want to keep them, I really don't like the way vanilla villager houses look. The 3 villager houses are now out of the way, and yeah, this is going to be plenty enough room to build this miniature castle. But since that took me a few minutes to take those houses down, these villagers should be done curing. And yes, they are. Okay, we had a completely successful attempt this time. And this guy has Silk Touch. This one has Looting 2. I really wanted Looting 3, but it's a long story. This guy has Power 4. This guy has Efficiency 4. And this final one has Sharpness 4. I was really trying to get some Unbreaking 3, but I swear it just was not coming around. I spent pretty much days 67, 68, 69, and part of 70 just trying to get Unbreaking 3, and I had no luck. Luckily though, I do have a mending guy, so while I was maxing out those 3 over there, I was able to buy a decent amount of mending books, so I can put that all on my tools along with my armor. We are now on to day 72, and the first thing I want to do is I crafted a new diamond pickaxe, and I want to deck this thing out a lot. So we have Efficiency 4, Mending, and Silk Touch. Like I said, I would love Unbreaking 3, but it's just gonna have to wait. The reason I want a Silk Touch pickaxe is because so far on this island, I've mainly been building out of stone and stone brick, and so by having a Silk Touch pickaxe, I'm eliminating one step in the process, which is smelting the cobblestone into stone. So it takes less time, and also it doesn't involve any coal. With this being said, I jumped down into the caves and spent a decent amount of time down there collecting up a couple stacks of stone, because this is going to be the main building block for this castle. Once I had enough stone and deep slate collected up, I made my way back to the surface and bone milled a few 2x2 spruce trees because I'm planning on using a lot of spruce on this castle. And by the morning of day 74, I am pretty much ready to get started building this thing. I have a chest full of just a bunch of random items that I can craft as I'm building it, but with that being said, let's get to it. The first step in this process is I actually want to raise the land up about 2 blocks because I want this castle to feel like the centerpiece of this island. So far, I've pretty much built every structure on the same block level, so I really want this one to stand out by being a little bit taller. With that complete, I can now get started on the first floor, which is going to have some very, very tall walls and a nice big door to enter from. As you can tell, this building is going to be quite large, so I have a lot of different plans and ideas that we can fill this thing up with. I did eventually run out of stone, so rather than jumping back down into the mines, I decided to start digging a basement, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put a automatic sugarcane farm down here. I really want this island to be full of automatic farms and a bunch of different villager trading halls. I want it to be completely self-sufficient, meaning the farms are going to work with the villagers' trades. Anyways, on the second floor, I want there to be 3 large windows and an even larger 4th one. And then when it came to the roof design, I decided to use some spruce as the trim and then mainly deep slate. I want a lot of these structures to have a similar building palette, and this is what I've decided on: spruce, deep slate, and stone. And then here and there on some of the builds, I will add in a little bit of color. And on day 80, the building is mostly complete, but we're gonna stop for now. I've decided to give myself the last 20 days to get all the things together in order to go to the end and kill the Ender Dragon. And if we have a few days left over, then we can come back and finish up some building. Because right now, the tower for the castle is, it's missing the tower part of it. So with that being said, I spent the rest of day 80 and 81 brewing up a bunch of instant health 2 potions so I can be nice and regenerated when I'm fighting the Ender Dragon. I also wanted to put some enchanted books I got from the villagers on my tools and armor, mainly being Looting 3 onto my sword because I still need to go into the nether and go to the warped forest to kill a bunch of endermen and get some ender pearls. Besides that, I also put some power 4 on my bow and fixed up some of my tools and armor. And just like that, I'm pretty much ready to head into the nether. I just need to make my way over to the portal and then make my way back over to the nether fortress we were in earlier, along with changing out my helmet so I don't get attacked by any piglins. Since the nether fortress is right next to the warp forest, I'm going to start by getting the ender pearls, which should be pretty easy. I just need to find an enderman. And can you see me? I don't know if he can see me from up there. Okay, maybe I'm too far away. Can he see me now? Oh, yep, he can see me now. I just need him to, you know, teleport on over here. Okay, I guess he's not going to. This is the beauty of feather falling. I can just jump down that and have no issue. Anyways, I'm up to 19 ender pearls now, which I think should be plenty enough. Oh, whoa, look at that. We got a baby zombified piglin riding a chicken. I'm pretty sure that's kind of rare. And that enderman's on fire. Now that I have plenty enough ender pearls, I need to make my way into this nether fortress so I can go ahead and get some more blaze rods, which isn't going to be, okay, that's exactly what I was going to say. This isn't going to be the easiest thing in the world. This is where I entered from. Okay, I think I'm all good. And now that I have my looting 3, I actually can maybe get myself a wither skull. Where are you going? You just gonna disappear? We have a blaze spawner right here, so hopefully they can spawn in, and I'm actually gonna drink this potion of fire resistance. So now they can just do their thorns damage and not any other damage. 16 blaze rods later, and I'm pretty much ready to get out of the nether. This is going to be the last nether trip of this 100 days. I'm sure we will be back if we continue to do another 100 days after this. I just need to go ahead and make my way all the way back to the portal, which wasn't very difficult whatsoever. I got to be careful not to ever jump off that. Maybe I should build some blocks right there so that doesn't happen. And I'm going to go ahead and sleep because it's a thunderstorm and I don't want to die by thunder. Or I guess it would be dying by lightning. Yep. Correct me. Do it. Anyways, I was actually able to kill a ghast when I was in the nether, so I will be able to make some potions of regeneration, which in my opinion is one of the best potions in the game. And honestly, I think I am pretty much ready to go. I have plenty of potions, eyes of enders, some building blocks, and also an infinity bow, because if you watched my last 100 days, you'll know that was the end of me. So for now, we are going to say goodbye to our island and throw this first eye of ender and see which direction it pushes me in. And I guess we're gonna be going this way. You know, this isn't a complete ocean world, it's just a normal seed, but man, there has not been a lot of land. And just as I'm saying that, we are finally approaching some land. Go ahead and make sure we are still going in the right direction. Thank goodness this stronghold is not underwater. We'll go ahead and run a little bit up the land and still going in this direction. And the ender pearl has switched directions. Oh no, I lost another one. So it wants us to go up this hill. So it must be right around here. Oh, now it's backwards. Now if I go right down here, which direction is it going to go in? I don't know where that just went. Oh, okay, yep, it's down here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sleep through the night and we can get to digging. Now this might be a little controversial for a lot of you, but I like to dig straight down and I'll just use 2 blocks right here. So at least if I dig into lava, I will be able to see it a little bit before. Okay, so we have a mine shaft with a chest right there. Light this up a little bit. Might as well check the chest. Might as well. Oh, we got melon seeds. Oh, am I allowed to take these? Oh, I don't know if I should be. You know, I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them. I think that's fine. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep digging down. I really don't like that I'm digging through a mine shaft because it's a little spooky with all of the cave spiders. But I'll just move quickly by it. And we've hit a water cave, which is actually not great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and build some walls around it. Luckily, I do have a respiration 3, so it makes it a little bit easier. And I'll fill in all these blocks, so when I go through and mine them again, there is no water. Just like that. And now we're hitting deep slate, close that off. Oh, and that is crackstone brick, which can only mean one thing. We have officially dug into the stronghold. And now begins the super fun process of going through this maze and seeing if I can find the portal. We got another staircase. Oh, and oh my goodness, the end portal is literally right there. Forgot about the spawner, get rid of that, and I am so glad I brought extra eyes of ender. You know, I brought like a bed and a chest, and I just realized this is hardcore Minecraft, so if I die, it's not like I'm gonna respawn at the bed. Anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in this portal, all of these eyes of ender, and ooh, baby. One other thing I'm gonna do, just because it always scares me, is I'm gonna cover up this lava. I just don't want to fall through and, you know, die by lava before I even get to the end. Real quick, I'm gonna get my inventory set up, and I think I'm ready to go ahead and jump through. Oh, okay, I don't like this positioning. I'm going into the hill immediately. I've always liked to build a staircase up to the surface just so I have a place to go run down into and hide if I need to. Okay, there is the surface, and I've just realized I forgot one item, which is gonna make this way more difficult. I forgot to bring a pumpkin. or a jack-o'-lantern, which means if I look into the eyes of a Enderman, I am out of luck. Start taking out all of this stuff. You guys have seen a bunch of people do this before, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get to work and start the time lapse. Well, we made it almost to day 100, and yeah, that was pretty brutal. I died, but that's okay. It's what it is, but hey, fun time. We had a great time. So I went ahead and turned cheats on real quick just so we can do a little tour of the world. I mean, we ended up making it to day 85, almost 100, but man, that Ender Dragon is very difficult to kill in hardcore mode. Like, it's just, I don't know, there's something about it that's really, really difficult. Anyways, we have the castle that we sort of built. We have our field over here of sugarcane. We have our villager breeder, which has been awesome with all of our librarian villagers, our farmhouse with an auto pumpkin farm below it, along with all of our farming villagers. Yeah, this was a very, very fun world, and I will be back to try it again because I know I'll be able to kill the Ender Dragon. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.